Happy Sunday and welcome to another episode of Tesla Sundays. And to start the episode today, I will start with a shot of tequila. I hope you are ready for this Sunday's episode. So this was obviously not the Tesla tequila because it is sold out. I couldn't get my hands on one, but we will talk about this in a couple of minutes. First of all, make sure to subscribe if you're new here and like these videos because there are a lot of work and a little bit of appreciation towards the YouTube algorithm. Let's do it. Thank you so much. And make sure to understand that we are giving you the whole lineup of topics here in this video first. So we will talk about the Tesla stock performance. We will talk about the Tesla chart, which trends, which technical indicators we can see will influence the stock in the next couple of days and weeks. Then, obviously, we will talk about the Tesla tequila, okay? We will talk about it and what is important, deep talk about marketing of Tesla. Then we will talk about the S&P 500 countdown, which is just, I will tell you everything about this in this category. And then we will finally close it by the Model Y is apparently approved in China and ready to go. Let's have a look how Tesla performed over the last 7 days since we did our last Tesla Sundays episode. And as you can see, the overall way for the stock was up, right? About 15% since the lows on the 30th of October. I think Tesla's stock was just a little bit scared about Halloween. As you might know, I went to the heaviest and best Halloween party. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Wolf of Dubai Denny. This is the Instagram. Make sure to follow me there. But let's talk about Tesla. This is the $415 billion company that will changing the world, okay? I think that you are here witnessing something that is much more worth in the future, and therefore, you know, I think those moments, right? And let's have a look into the 1 month's performance. In those moments where the stock goes below 400, I always said to my members, if you want to join my membership, click the join button below all the videos, or to all other people here on the channel, I always say, you know, Tesla stock under 400 is dirty cheap, guys. I don't see that Tesla can, for longer periods of time, sustain a stock price that is lower than 400 because there's the Robinhood investors, there's the long-term investors, there's people that want to get into a Tesla since years and cannot pay the prices now because they missed on early on. And this is all about what we are discussing here on this channel. These things will happen all and over. First you see the innovator, then it's too expensive or you are not sure, and then you miss the opportunity, then you get FOMO and so on and so forth. It's always the same story. However, you see that the stock is a kind of a rebound. Let's see how now the volatility of the US elections will carry on, because it seems to become a very crazy ride so far. So let's dive into the stock chart to see if we have some very interesting new developments. So let's have a look into the Tesla stock chart, and not many things changed, okay? Since our last couple of days, you can see here that the stock is still trading into the channel. We had definitely an upturn in the last couple of days in the first, week of November, but it still, couldn't go over the channel here. As you can see, we bounced off here at 438, and now will be a very interesting pattern, because now it's really deciding if it's going out of this pattern or it's going upwards or it's going downwards. And I think with Biden as president, 29 days to go to the S&P 500 inclusion, I think this can be a very, very good opportunity to go higher here in the next couple of days. So we shall see. The next, basically the next Tesla Sundays will be on let me just think, on the 15th of November, which 16th of November would be then the first trading day. So it will be quite interesting if we by then already escaped here the kind of area. This would be this area here, and I could imagine that the stock, breaks out, and then we will see if we can close at least a little bit a day at the 450 levels, because this would be a great opportunity that the stock goes further higher, and then everything is possible, right? With the further steam here, and this will be this area here, when we will see the decision for the S&P 500, okay, in the first week of December, in my personal opinion. So this could have another bump. So and then we are somehow very close to this 600 levels here, okay? 650, 600. So it's all depend on the further outcome now on the stock market. The good sentiment is now laid for Tesla stock, and I'm very curious how we will start to trade tomorrow. Now, just have a look on the overall situation. So here, obviously, we have as a support the 50 moving average, right? So this will be the temporary support. I don't see any scenario where we go back to the 200 moving average, which will be at 250 levels. And here, also the RSI is showing us that we are nor overbought, not oversold in the situation. So we are really good to go to see higher levels if the market wants it, okay? So other than that, it's nicely a trend line here up that support. So this is a very, very strong one as well. A very strong support here since around the 11th of December, guys, okay? So you can see here, even though we passed it or we crossed this trend a couple of times here back in March, which was an extraordinary situation, but you can see here, other than that, we were always bouncing off this resistant line. So I think this is a very, very strong line here, which would mean that a minimum stock price of 420 should be very much established and very much strong here on this point. So I don't see, longer scenarios where we could go below that in the next couple of months as well. So you can see here a lot of bullish indicators here for the stock. And yeah, let's dive into the next category. Okay, let's talk about the Tesla. This is something that was just issued by Tesla in the merch shop, and you can buy it for $250. Now, even though this is a great idea and it's all about the news, and I think it's something very of the DNA of Tesla. Think about how often they were in the news because of exactly this kind of marketing gags. This is marketing at its finest, okay? I believe that this is something that you should think about it really, really more often to see, okay, what is really the sense behind these moves by Elon Musk? If it's a surfboard or the shorts, it's always something that will carry on in terms of PR, okay? I saw at least 3 or 4 articles today only talking about this tequila, this beverage that Elon Musk just released on his shop. It's not about the beverage, because this is only a limited edition, obviously, but think about it more as a gag of, getting to those brand new customers, okay? I feel that this is such a great marketing and free PR that no other company in the whole world is able to do. And this is, this has something to do with Elon Musk, how he behaved on Twitter and how he communicate with his, 20, 30 million of followers. And Tesla is such a unique brand and culture, meanwhile, that I think that you should really understand that this is not just, fun that they are doing. This is planned marketing, guys. This is, planned marketing with obviously a lot of fun. They're having a lot of fun doing these things, but this is really hard calculated marketing, guys, and I love Tesla for that. I love Elon Musk for that. I love the team for that, and they should keep on coming these cool things just a couple of times more per year. Guys, I don't know about you, but I just can't wait until we have the final release that S&P 500 is including Tesla stock. Now, there is a couple of thoughts, but not a real explanation why Tesla was not included the last time. Here, for example, a snippet of CNBC. The last time it was not included, unfortunately.
S&P committee doesn't tell you why they don't select a company, but I do think it was a closer call than the market was assuming, mostly because, first of all, does the committee want to defer to the market's momentum here and creating a $450 billion company that had quadrupled in price year to date without knowing necessarily if this four-quarter streak of earnings is really something you can project into the future, and not necessarily knowing what the impact on the overall index is going to be. I think big in the minds of the people making this decision probably was the inclusion of Yahoo back in 1999. Yes, Yahoo probably belonged, but it represented kind of a little bit of a ladder moment in that tech rally. I also think it really does reflect the overall dilemma here that investors have, which is, do we assume that this move in the huge cap tech stocks is the market's way of telling us that it figured out exactly what the digital future is and these guys are going to own it? Or is it a little more froth? And obviously, we've seen some of that get skimmed off in the past week or so.
So you can see a lot of speculation, blah, 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 blah. So I think personally that they thought it is maybe too overblown right now with this $400 billion valuation that it had back then. But now it survived that valuation. It just brought a record quarter again. So I think now it's time for Tesla to be in this indicator, okay? I think that the S&P 500 cannot put Tesla stock down once again. Guys, I will go there to their offices if they don't include Tesla stock this time. Now, the question is, let's make the countdown. The last time it was announced about 2 months after the close of the Q2 earnings quarters, which was then in the beginning of the September. Now, if you are following this timeline, then we should have a decision by, let's say, 7th of December, the first week of December. This is now a countdown, and we will revisit this to the days, how many days left until the S&P 500 inclusion. And just as you know, the S&P 500 committee can, meet anytime. So it can be earlier, it can be later. But this countdown should be here for your own understanding. Make a big mark in your calendar because we are getting into the S&P 500. And this would mean that Tesla is directly into the top 10 most valuable companies into this index. So I'm super happy. You should be super happy because this will give the stock an unbelievable push. You might heard the recent development in crypto. The Bitcoin went from 10,700 to more than 15,000, which is an increase of 43% in just a matter of months, okay? And I believe that there's even something more interesting out there, and let's dive into Apollo currency.
After more than 20 man-years of development, Apollo currency has become one of the most advanced third-generation blockchains in the industry. Apollo currency is unique for a number of reasons. Speed. Apollo is one of the fastest cryptocurrencies in blockchain, as fast as sub-seconds per transaction. Sustainability. Apollo currency is indefinitely sustainable because of the addition of a number of groundbreaking technologies. These include sharding, adaptive forging, the Apollo updater, node time synchronization, and many more. Apollo was the first cryptocurrency to successfully implement database sharding on a live blockchain, and it continues to be one of the only truly sustainable cryptocurrencies on the market. Unlike most cryptocurrencies, which go slower as more users are active, Apollo currency increases in speed as more users are using and forging on the blockchain. dApp's Apollo FinTech is developing one of the most advanced decentralized application infrastructures in blockchain, known as ARC. ARC uses state-of-the-art smart contracts with a revolutionary form of decentralized file storage. Unlike the majority of blockchains that offer dApps, Apollo is developing the ability to allow unlimited file storage for the applications hosted on the blockchain. So instead of having to store your files on a centralized server, as in other blockchains, the decentralized application can be truly decentralized, allowing an entire application to function within Apollo's decentralized architecture instead of just powering the engine behind it. This combination facilitates a truly decentralized internet. ARC will be the most cost-effective form of data storage, as traditional methods average $6 a terabyte. ARC will cost approximately 80 cents a terabyte.
Now, after all of this information, and I can go on with the list of user modules like the transportation, government, or currency itself, I think it's now the moment where you ask the final question. Where I can get my hands on Apollo currency? Well, this is easy. Go on bitmart.com, go for the ticker APL, and get your Apollo currency today. And let's go back to the vlog. Breaking news, guys, the Model Y in China is a very important product. And as you can see here, our colleagues from Electrek said it first here in their article that said, Tesla obtains approval on Model Y made in China, pointing to immediate launch. So this means that we are having something that is brand new for the Chinese customers, plus huge margins, because remember, every new model that is launched and produced is first delivered in the high specs, okay, with the whole big volume of the high paid customer orders. And therefore I think this is something that is really great. Obviously one of the first guys that covered that was Ray for Tesla Breaking, completed the filling of made in China Model Y, and now it's listed as registered with China Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. The photo below clearly shows it's a Model Y made in China because it carries the badge of Tesla in Chinese, okay? So here we go, and if we're going into this post, you can see that, you know, all this details here in Chinese. Obviously my Chinese is not so good, but you can see clearly that it's happening, guys. It's happening. It's great for Tesla. Next big step. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe and like.